Hi guys, Andreas Sonic Mainliner here with another video. I went to Greece a couple of weeks ago. I got some records I want to share with you. I've ordered some online, which I will also share with you. And I got some CDs that I will also share with you. I will be sharing a lot of things with you guys. First up, I will share some CDs. Now, I've told you about this record shop that is very close to me, and they have records and CDs and all that. And I usually go there as cheap CDs. So I went when did I go? Like last week. And I saw a CD that I wanted. I was on the. I will show it to you in a bit. For a long time, but I didn't want to buy anything at that point, so I left it there. And then I went back on Monday. And the reason why I went on Monday is because every Saturday, I've told you about this. If you follow this channel, you probably heard it already. Every Saturday they bring out new used records, new batch basically. And there's a queue and everything, and people are queuing to go in and get the records and all that. So I usually go there Monday evening after work, just to see if there's anything left, which there usually is. Like, you can find stuff even like after the onslaught of Saturday. You can still find stuff. And I didn't find any records, but the CD that I found last week, it was still there. And so I was like, you know what, if I buy this, I'll get some more. So here you go. I will show some. I know some things about some of them. I bought them on a hunch, and I don't have like a full opinion about them. But I can show you these two. Excuse me. This is called Mass, and this is called Backbiter and Elope. And the reason why I bought them both is because basically both of them were on Mandarin Records. Mandarin Records, if you know it, was Mark Kozolek's. Mark Kozolek? Anyway, graphic designer. He's made a lot of famous posters from the 90s, very grungy, very whatever. And his label that no longer exists is responsible for quite a few interesting 10 inches that came out, like Caius, I think Dozer, Fu Manchu. He was quite prolific in the mid 90s. I was lucky enough to get some of those 10 inches, and but I didn't know about these, and perhaps for good reason. They're not amazing, but for £3 they were alright. They are stoner rock. This is a little bit heavier than this one, especially Backbiter is a little bit. It's more lighter sounding than Elope, for example. It's not bad, and maybe if I listened to these back in the day, like back in 95 or 96 or whenever these were released, I don't know. Let's see if I can find a date easily, because probably there is a date somewhere. So this was no date. 2001 it says here. Okay. Maybe if I listened to it then, maybe I would be like, oh yeah, man, it's really good, man. But I don't know. Right now, I mean, maybe I've listened a little bit too much music. Maybe, I don't know. Perhaps, who knows? But they're alright. They're not bad. I mean, for £3 each, I cannot complain. I cannot get CDs for $1. Maybe I can. No, I can from charity shops. Yeah, it's not like it's like Roger's video where they chuck them away afterwards. Like, whoa, nobody bought them. Chuck them. Yeah, and these are like maybe a little bit more valuable in the sense that maybe some people might be interested because it's Mandarin, because it's rock music mainly and all that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, this is a last minute decision to buy this. I saw it, I was like, yeah, I know 100 Flowers from somewhere, I don't know where. I've come across this, and this is a side project or a reincarnation of the Urinos, which is like a post-punk kind of band, and it has quite a few songs. I've listened to it once. I've never heard this before. I really liked it. If you ask me what it sounds like, it's not. I don't know. I cannot even remember, to be honest. I've heard it once and I've listened to like quite a few things actually. So you know my memory is like meh. What I can say is that I liked it. So that's all I can say. Here's a weird one. So this is Seikazoku. Seikazoku. Yeah, Seikazoku. Uh, it's called Outtake 6678. So as you would imagine, this is Japanese. And I sort of knew that it was Japanese because it's on this label. The label is called Fractal, and it's a French label that did some interesting releases on from Japanese bands, at least the ones that I know. And there is one specifically that I pulled out to show that I knew, and I haven't shown this one. This is from Fractal Records, and this is from a release from 1999, and it's quite rare as well. So it's this one. This is Fractal Records 004. This is 003, and this is High Rise. So Asahito Nanzo and Eto playing stuff like Icon and Disallow and yeah, and Popsicle and Psychedelic Speed Freaks, and High Rise is one of my favorite Japanese bands. Acid rock, garage, what have you, just manic, wah action all the time. And this is a very rare. It's rare. It's like 100. It's not expensive, I don't think, but it's rare. It's 100 copies. And I bought it like last year. I haven't shown it. It's like stuff I haven't shown, and this is one of them. Yeah. It has been on the want list for a long time, this one. But yeah, I managed to get a copy. Anyway, going back to this one, this is on Fractal as well. This is the previous number, and I got this. It was like, all right, you know, it's Fractal. It's like it's Japanese. Okay, we established that. Then it says like Outtake 6878. It's like, okay. Maybe it's one of those older bands, like, I don't know, Le Rallies de Nude or whatever. And I was like, yeah, let me see who's playing here. So I opened it up, and I saw that one of the people playing here is, I don't know if you can see, there you go, Kawabata Makoto, who is Acid Mother's Temple. I was like, is this one of his early bands? Is he that old? I don't know. I don't understand. Because look at these songs, right? Yeah. Look at this. So it says, what does it say? Whatever. Live recorded at Avalon Ballroom, San Francisco, 24th May 1967. Okay. So you go through the list and it has like, you know, some dates like 40 years ago and whatever. And then, to confuse things, at the end it says all tracks were improvised by the people that are playing here, recorded at Nishiogi Kumin Center, okay, 18th of June 1996. What? What are you talking? What are these then? What's this, like 24th of May 1960? What is the 9th of November 1972? What's the point of this? I do not understand. I am confused. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea, guys. I have no idea, honestly. Anyway, this is psychedelic, droney, improvised shit from Japan with Makoto Kawabata on guitar. So it is crazy, it is wild, and yeah, that's what it is. I'm happy to have it. Another one that I bought on the strength of the label is this one, Dolomite, and this is one of the early numbers of Thrill Jockey. Came out in 1995, 95, yes. And again, what I can say is that I've listened to it once. I didn't know about this one, didn't know about these guys. The cover does sort of remind me of something. Probably reminds me of some kind of New Zealand band or something, but I don't know. These guys I think are from the US. Let me see if I remember correctly. If I'm not saying complete bullcrap. I don't know. I have no idea. They could be from anywhere. Anyway, it starts off with a cover song from Bob Dylan, "Tell Me Mama," which is not the best way of starting an album, but the rest of the album is alright. It's not fantastic. I mean, from one listen, I cannot really say that I was, I was blinded by the genius or whatever, but it sounded alright. Give it another go, see what happens. One that I was familiar with and I would like to have on vinyl, but originals are expensive. There has been a reissue which is also expensive, and it's Autolux, and this is Future Perfect. Yeah, came out in 2004. How do I categorize this? I would categorize it as sort of mathy, post-rocky kind of indie band. It is. Do you know Jessamine? Reminds me of Jessamine in a way. I don't remember where they're from. I think they're from the US, but don't quote me on that one. It's a good album. It's a really good album. Chris has been total insignificance. Showed this, and I saw it, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm getting it. It's funny because I was listening to this, I was streaming it on Spotify Saturday and listening to the Pagans, and it was like, this is a sign, I need to get this, and I did, and it's the Dicks, and it's from 1980 and 1986, and it's punk, and it's very good, and it's on Alternative Tentacles, and if you like US punk, you should get it. Thank you very much. That was easy. 13 minutes, I'm still showing CDs. What degeneracy. No, I showed one album. Yeah? One album. And finally, it's this one. So this is Elektra Masada. This has been on the want list since 2005, maybe 2006 or something along those lines. And it's not that I couldn't find it. It's not like, it was rare or anything. It was mainly because I wanted to buy it. I got the MP3s, and then I was like, oh, I will buy this other thing. Oh, I will buy this other thing. And I forgot about it. And it's like, it has always been in the back of my mind, but never came across it on the shop. In my, searches for albums and all that sort of didn't align exactly. And I saw it there, as I said previous week. I left it, came back on Monday, it was there. I'm like, this time I'm getting it. It's Elektra Masada, it's John Zorn with Mark Ribot, and Ribot or whatever, and Ike Mori. These are the only players that I know, and it's a Zorn album, but it's a lot more musical, it's a lot more electric, it's a lot more... It has a nuttiness, but you can actually hear it. You can actually listen to it and enjoy it. It doesn't rip your face out. It does in parts, but the majority of it is like really good and easygoing for a Zorn album. Let's just say that. That's brilliant. Highly, highly recommended. Yeah. So the first 15 minutes were spent showing CDs. So let's move on to the vinyl. Yeah. 1 second, I need to do something. Yeah. Was playing this. I don't know if you heard it when the video started. Now, this is a very interesting album because it's a private press reissue, and also it was. I'm very happy that I discovered it at the time that I discovered it, because it meant that I could go in a record shop and actually buy it. And one of the few record shops that actually had a copy were some in Spain and some in Greece and some in the US. Now, that meant that I would have to order it online, but I could go to that one record shop in Greece that had it, and it's this one. So this is Jeff Lieberman. He's a guitar player and Chris Christopherson look-alike, and he made this record in 1975 called Solitude Within. And he consequently made quite a few albums, actually. He made at least 2 albums that were private press and have been reissued on this label called The Outsider Music, which is a subsidiary of Gerson that does a lot of psychedelic music reissues and whatnot. But talking about this album, because I've streamed, you can find them, you can stream them on Spotify, but I've listened to this album. I discovered it like 2 months ago, I would say, and I was like, wow, this is really good. I really like it, and I've been listening to it obsessively for a while. And I went online to get it, and I couldn't find it because this was reissued in 2016. It's 2019 now. People that know this album and are into the sound probably already have it, and it's a very typical private press album from rock album from the time, I guess. And I'm not saying typical in the sense that it's like it has a specific sound. I'm saying typical in the sense that it doesn't have a specific sound. It has parts that are hard rock, it has parts that are a little bit AO-ish, it has quite a few parts that are acid rock, like, wah-wah, guitar, pedal, madness happening, which is great. There is one song which has actually 2 guitar solos. It's just him playing, really. It's an overdub. But one guitar playing one solo and another guitar playing another solo in the other channel, so left and right. And it's madness. It's really, really good. And then it has parts that are softer. And that's what I'm saying about this album, that, it's typical. It's that the only typical bit that it actually has is the fact that it doesn't have a very solid sound. It has Jeff Lieberman playing, what Jeff Lieberman wants to play without any kind of polish or any kind of very specific direction. It's going to be like, having a very strict... Apparently there is a producer here, but maybe, he's the kind of producer that is like, he's smoking joints with Jeff and is responsible for press and play. And Jeff Lieberman comes in and says, you know what? What's his name? Executive producer, co-producer, Marlin Products. Marlin Products? Is that a name? Anyway, he says, Marlin, dude, I'm gonna play this. And Marlin is like, Jeff, you're the man. Press record. And that's it. That's how it worked. And so you get a mix of everything really here. And it's, as I said, acid rock, hard rock, a bit of AOR, a bit of everything. It's a very good album. You need to have the right ears for it. I think that, it's the kind of album that if I listened to not so many years ago, I would probably have dismissed it. Like, it's like, no, what is this? I don't like it. Because I have discovered that you need to have the right ears for some things. And I have been validated about it. I mean, from, my own self validation that, I've been trying to listen to things over the years, and it's like, no, there's no way I can listen to that. Or I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. And then I listened to it one day, and I'm like, wow, this is good. You need to have the right ears, you need to be in the right mood, and you've seen some of the records that I've been showing that they're hard rock, like Mariani, for example, or anyway, I have, very wide taste anyway, so, it's like, it's a little bit of everything, but I am skewing towards a bit more like garagey and hard rocky kind of stuff, and this sort of fits a bill. Really, really good album. Check him out. Now again, from Greece, 21 minutes. Okay, alright, we're doing alright. We're doing alright, I think. I also got some other records which I will not show now because they're all metal albums, so I will do like, traditional metal video so that, the ones that nobody watches. But it's fine, it's alright, it's all good fun. So, yeah. Yeah, I was talking about reissues, and this was reissued. Jeff Lieberman was reissued in 2016, and it's a bit, it's on the rare side of things. This is one that is not very rare, but I think that it will get rarer as time goes by. This is a 2010 reissue from Wawa Records, the Delighted Chameleon Family album, and it's called Visa de Censure number X, which means 10. And this is basically a side project from Clearlight. Yes, Clearlight. And there's people like Gilbert Artman and who else? And Tim Tim Blake. Oh yeah, it says here Ariel Kalma. I'm not entirely sure if that is the case, but has a name there like Ariel Kalma. Here's anyway, Tim Maya. That's a completely different person. Tim Blake, Gilbert Artman, and the Clearlight people. One of them anyway. And this is a soundtrack to a movie of this name, which I've never heard, by Pierre Clementi. Nobody remembers the movie. Some people remember the music, which is this kind of progressive electronic fueled kind of music, and it's quite good. It's out there, it's progressive, it's not very it's not Tim Blake-ish, like, very synthy, very, very, very specific. It's a little bit more French, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this has been on the want list for a while. I was aware of it like in 2012, maybe 13. Hadn't managed to get a copy. 500 copies, there won't be that many going around. This is another one that has been on the want list for an equal amount of time. And this is, what's his name? Orpheus. Ophiuchus. Yeah, acid folk, progressive rock, I guess, psychedelic, whatever. Yeah, and this is a French band. Again, this is from a series of reissues that Wawa did with a lot of French bands. And what can I say about this? This is more folky than psychedelic rock, I would say. I had listened, I streamed it like many years ago, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should have it, and I kept it on my mind, and mainly because of this fantastic cover. It's not as fantastic as the cover would suggest, I would say. It's a good one to have, and maybe with the right ears, again, you never know. Maybe with the right ears, maybe my ears are not right now. I need to adjust them to progressive psychedelic folk rock. And yeah, this might be like clicks. I remember streaming it and really liking it many years back, but I don't know. Maybe, you know, it's if Huawei reissued it, there must be a reason, right? That's all I have to say. More issues, yay! More issues. Morgan, U.S. band. This is from I don't 1969. I want to say they have the Roman numerals, which doesn't help. I cannot read dates with Roman numerals, and that's the point, I guess. They don't want you to know the date. There you go. So anyway, yeah, I was streaming this a couple of months ago, and I really enjoyed the tune, the last song on the second side. Obviously, when streaming, you don't have sides, but it's called Love. It's the last song on the second side. It's quite long, but the whole record is really good. It's psychedelic. It's garagey. It has parts that are garage. Second side is more psychedelic. There is one song here that sounds like somebody has inhaled helium, and it sounds not as ridiculous, but they've done some manipulation to the voice that sounds like a 12-year-old is singing, but it's not. I don't know exactly what they've done. I think that it is a technique or some kind of glitch, technical glitch that goes back in that era, because it also reminds me of a song from that compilation that came out, Warfaring Strangers, and it sounds like it's a 12-year-old singing, but I'm pretty sure that it's not 12-year-old. Anyway, Morgan, psychedelic, really good album, start to finish. You know, there are some psychedelic albums that you go in, you know, you buy them, you get like a couple of songs that are good, everything else is a little bit meh. This is really good start to finish. I really, really enjoyed this one. Speaking of psychedelic rock, and this is I want to say it's a UK band, sorry, not US band. It's a UK band. I don't remember when this was released. I don't remember any kind of information. This is a Damnation of Adam Blessing. This is one of those ones that have been on the list for a while, and I actually went, the last time I went to Greece, I had this on my hands and I forgot to put it, you know, to take it with me to buy it because I found something else. And I think that I got the same copy back where I left it after a year, maybe, I don't know. This is a Svart reissue, 60, 69, 68 or something along those lines. It's legendary apparently, and one of the songs that you need to check is Morning Dew, which is the second song on the first side. So yeah, this is really good, really, 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 really good. I don't remember the details around it, but it's a good album. Bureau B, we love Bureau B. Why do we love Bureau B? Because it gives us all the German synth and like experimental stuff on the cheap. It reissues really good quality reissues, and you can find them unless you live in Germany, where you can find them on the bin for like a euro. But if you don't live in Germany, well, you need to pay a little bit more perhaps. Anyway, this is one of the latest, well, I say latest, I think they started reissuing them in 2018. No, actually 2016, it's been 3 years, wow. I've had this in the want list. This is a long want list, like very old want list, since 2016, maybe 17, who knows. Rolf Trotzdel, he has 3 albums on the series of reissues, and I want to get them all. And this is a 1982 Berlin School Electronics. It's not as, you know, experimental or thick or like, you know, adventurous, if you like, as the 70s counterparts of you know, of that era. It's not as good as what's his name, Kunst, this guy, hang on, I need to find it. I need to find it. You're here. He's here, I'm sure. No. Have I moved it? Okay, I can't remember. I can't remember his name. Kun. Forget about it. Anyway, he has 3 albums out. Well, there are 3 reissues on Bureau B, and I got this one. Because this is the one that I found, not for any other reason. And I want to get the other 2, and there's a couple of other ones as well that that are on my radar and I would like to get. This one, Lebanon Hanover, revivalist, gothy new wave, synth. Yeah, this is not the album that I wanted to get. This is their latest album from 2018. I wanted to get Tomb for Two, but this is a good one as well. And yeah, it's as I said, gothy synth, new wave. Goth. Did I say goth already? I don't know. Maybe I said goth twice. Who knows? Doesn't matter. If you're interested in this kind of thing, then, you know, you should give it a go. Check it out. 31 minutes. No, that's enough, I think. There's more things. There's a few more things that I could show, but, you know, they can wait. They can wait. Anyway, that's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it. Leave a comment. I will make sure that I will respond. Subscribe to this channel. Press the bell icon to make sure that you don't miss out. And yeah, I will see you around, guys. Have a good one.